Hey guys, welcome to my channel. If you're new here, my name is Leighanne and I talk about books. So today we are going to be talking about goals for 2018. This is going to be part reading goals, part channel goals as well. I have a video that is already up of my 2017 year in review. I will link that up above if you want to go watch that real quick. So let's go ahead and start off by talking about what I want my reading goals to be in 2018. Start off just with my basic number. It was 75 last year. I'm gonna set it at 75 again this year. I absolutely crushed that goal last year, but I know myself enough to know that if I feel like if I set it any higher, then I'm gonna stress myself out a little bit. So I don't want to overwhelm myself. 75 seems like a good number. It means I average around 6 books a month. I believe that's what it is, a little bit over that. So I feel like that is achievable. I also don't want to worry about how many books I read and focus on how good those books are. An ongoing challenge that I'm giving to myself is really just to continue to read more diversely. I actually have a whole shelf down here. This whole shelf is kind of like my diverse shelf. Last year, I think I only read 22 out of the 122 books that were considered diverse, and I really feel like I need to expand that. So that is definitely one of my biggest goals for the year. So the next biggest thing that I need to do is read more of my own books. I have this giant bookshelf behind me, and I have only read a small percentage of what is on this bookshelf. This is not counting like any of the ebooks I have or what have you. I have more things that are going to be coming in within the next like week or so. My goal is to read more of these books. So how am I going to accomplish that? I'm not going to do a TBR jar or anything like that because that just doesn't work for me. I am such a mood reader that I just need to go in and see what I'm feeling. And I know if I pick something out of a jar and feel like I have to read it, I'm not going to enjoy it as much. What I'm going to end up doing is basically putting myself on a no buy. However, I'm going to make exceptions because obviously I know that if I set myself up on a no buy, I'm just going to break it. So these are going to be my exceptions for my no buy. Number one of the things that I wanted to do this year is to really support fellow booktubers who are also writers and who have published their own books. So I only own a very small handful of those books as of right now. So if I'm going to accomplish that goal, I'm going to have to spend some cash to support them, right? One of my exceptions for my no buy will be one book from a booktube author every month. Second exception, anything that I can thrift for my Stephen King collection. If I can thrift something from like Second and Charles or Goodwill or wherever, then that is also going to be an exception. Third exception, new releases. I do have several books that I have already pre-ordered, but for things that I haven't pre-ordered yet, I'm going to limit myself to 2 new releases a month. Now, I'm not gonna like let that carry over. So like say I don't order anything for 1 month, but there's 4 books that I want to purchase that are new releases for the next month. It's 2 or none. Just number 1, because I need to save my money a little bit better. Number 2, I need to read the books I have. So those are going to be my exceptions for the no buy that I'm gonna put myself under. So hold me accountable on that. So if you see me posting on Twitter or something that I got a bunch of new books, scold me or whatever. Oh, also, book of the month, because that subscription is already paid for, so that doesn't count. And then if I continue to do Nocturnal Readers Box, that also is something that's totally separate. So another goal that I have, I made friends with my library this year, so I want to continue to support my local library, whether that means buying things from the wish list, every once in a while if I have a little bit of extra money, donating things to the library, and also just supporting the library by checking out books. So that is another thing. So as far as reading goals, that's really all I have. I'm going to continue working my way through the works that I have of Stephen King. I'm going to continue working my way through the library that I have at home. I am also going to be doing a shelf clean out because I need to. There are things that I have up here that I just know that I'm not going to read or that I'm not going to read again. So I am going to be doing an unhaul here pretty soon. Keep an eye out for that. Okay, so let's talk about channel goals real quick. In reflection of the last year, 2017 was really the first year that I had done a full year of BookTube. And really it wasn't even a full year because I took kind of June, July, and August off. I think that I started to come back in September. But when you look at it, it actually was like the first full year that I had done BookTube because I think I started like the last part of 2016. What did that year look like for me? This year was really good. for a lot of different reasons. Number one, I read a ton of great books. Number two, I met a ton of great people. So many different channels and so many different people that I have been able to connect with, and it has just been an absolutely amazing experience. So to those of you that I speak to regularly, to those of you who watch my videos and comment regularly, you have no idea how much that means to me. And I don't mean that for like the views and things like that. I mean that for the connection that I have built with people. Being able to discuss books is like one of the great joys that I have, because I have like one friend in my life that reads, and we don't always read the same type of things. And so having this outlet and these people that I can talk to that share a lot of the similar ideas and things like that is so valuable to me. And so I thank you all so much. You know, if you subscribe, even if you don't comment, even if you just subscribe, like, thank you for even doing that, because I never thought that I would have, as of filming this, 460 people that give anything about what I have to say about books. So I thank you all very much for that. So overall, I feel like 2017 as a channel was a successful year. However, one of the things that I noticed is that looking back through my content, I posted a lot of these staples for BookTube. So I did like wrap-ups, and I did tags, and I did a couple different videos for like readathons or whatever. I want to make sure that I am still being authentic to the things that I want to post, not necessarily the things that are going to get views. So a couple of the things that you guys can, you know, look forward to seeing, or I don't know if you're going to look forward to it, but a couple of things that you are going to be seeing coming through my channel here in, you know, the coming months. I plan on doing more single book reviews. I don't know if that's something that people are going to watch, but it's something that I want to try my hand at. It's something that I feel like is going to help me become more articulate even whenever I'm just talking about books in a wrap up, because sometimes I feel like I kind of struggle as far as that goes. So you can expect more single book reviews. I also did a kind of series on series towards the end of the year about series that I'm not going to finish, things that I am going to finish, things that I want to start, that kind of thing. I'll link that up above if you so desire to watch that. So I also, as I finish these series in 2018, I want to really talk more about those and kind of do a whole series review instead of single book reviews when it comes to those types of books. So for example, I finished the Grishaverse by Leigh Bardugo, and I plan on going through and that being the first series that I do this kind of spotlight on, call it series spotlight, whatever. So you can look for that in the next couple of weeks. I'm also playing around with the idea of maybe doing like genre spotlight. So genres that I read a lot of, whether it be science fiction, fantasy, historical fiction, is something that I have fallen back in love with this year. Those kinds of things, really kind of putting a spotlight on those things, you know, with good kind of starter books for that genre, if that's something that you're not super familiar with. Also kind of doing that with authors as well, authors that I have read a lot of, and kind of, these are some of their best books, these are some that you should maybe stay away from. If you haven't read any, this is a good place to start, that kind of thing. I think that would be fun to do, and maybe doing a vlog or two. I don't know, that's something that I'm still kind of, it's intimidating to me, not just from the actual like filming perspective, but the editing perspective as well. So like full like reading vlogs or whatever. And I'm really trying to convince my husband to do a video with me because I have a really, really good idea for one. So hopefully I'll be able to convince him to do that. So those are just some of the things that, you know, I want to do. I want to make sure that I'm being authentic to myself and putting content out there that I would want to watch, not what's going to get me the most views. And that is something that's really important to me. It's also really important to me to read the things that are interesting to me and not just read things because everybody's hyping them on BookTube. Only reading the things that genuinely interest me, not the things that everybody is talking about that I may not be super interested in. But I feel like I've rambled enough at this point, so I'm just gonna go ahead and cut myself off here. So those are the goals that I have for the upcoming year: reading goals, channel goals, all of those things. What are some of the goals that you guys have set? What do you think of some of the ideas that I threw out towards the end of the video about things that I want to do? Do you think those things are good ideas? Do you have any suggestions? Comment down below and let me know. Also, all of my social media links are in the description. As always, if you like what you see and you want to see more, make sure you click thumbs up or hit subscribe if you have not already. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you all next time. Bye.